is random access memory, but you also should know how does it look and where it gets fitted. So the upper image is of RAM, that is random access memory, and that is main memory or primary memory, and the lower image is of the RAM only, but it is fitted in the motherboard in its slot. Now the content will remain in the main memory, that is in the RAM, till the computer is switched off. When the computer is switched off or reset, the content will get lost. I hope this concept is clear now, no need to mug up anything more. Now secondary memory. Now see, just now I had given you an example of that you were preparing a PowerPoint presentation, and if the electric current goes off, what happens? It gets lost. But after you save it in the hard disk, see here I have given the photograph of the hard disk, right? When you press Ctrl S or when you click on the file menu and save option, then this type of thing will open. Then you will select that you want to save it in local disk E, D, E, F, any drive, and then you will save the thing. So this is the partitions of hard disk, and that is forming the secondary memory. It is a permanent memory. So to preserve the content for long time, we need to save it in the secondary memory or auxiliary storage device. This is known as secondary memory or auxiliary storage device. Devices that use secondary memory are called secondary storage devices. Now, unlike the primary memory, the secondary storage is non-volatile. See, these are the characteristics of secondary memory. It could be asked in the MCQ. That it is non-volatile. It is slow, not slow, actually slow in comparison with the primary memory. Less expensive and larger in capacity. How it is larger in capacity? You compare the size of hard disk, it is 1 TB, while the size of a RAM is 4 GB or 8 GB. So secondary memory is always larger. Here I have given the photographs of secondary memory. These all are permanent memory. If you save anything in the hard disk or in the drive or in the memory card, anywhere, CD, DVD, then it will be stored permanently. Anytime you can make the use of that thing. Now I hope that primary and secondary memory is clear, and I am able to explain you the exact concept of what is primary memory and secondary memory. Now we come to the topic central processing unit. Once the data and instructions are entered into the computer memory, instructions are executed and results are prepared. That means, suppose if you type something, then the results will be displayed as the output on the monitor. Now, as per the requirement of the user, the results are preserved in the memory or sent to the output unit. Suppose if you save that file, then it will be saved, and otherwise it will be simply displayed on the output unit. To execute instructions, the computer needs to perform some arithmetic and logical computations. The arithmetic and logical computations are performed by a unit called arithmetic logic unit, also known as ALU. Now you may be thinking that what calculations may needed to be performed. Now see, computer stores everything in the form of zeros and ones, that is in binary form, and whatever data we enter, suppose we copy down a song or image or we type something, it is not in binary, so it has to constantly convert that thing into binary, and when it gives the output, whether it is on the monitor or on the speaker, it has to again convert it back. So these all things are done by the unit called ALU. Besides the ALU, there is a control unit, also known as CU, which manages the execution of instructions and also control operations of other components of the computer. ALU plus CU is known as Central Processing Unit or CPU. CPU is known as the brain of the computer. Now most of the teachers have made the students mug up the thing that CPU is known as the brain of the computer. Besides, some high speed, that is cache memory, can also be the part of the CPU. Now, simply teaching all this thing doesn't make any meaning. I would like to show you the image of CPU and also how and where does it get fit in the computer. So here is the image of CPU. The photo of CPU is clicked from both the sides, from the top side and the bottom side. It is known as the brain of the computer. On the motherboard, there is a slot on which the CPU is fixed, and on the top of the CPU, a fan is constantly kept on. As it is the brain of the computer, our human brain also gets heated very fast. Now this is the brain of a computer, so it needs to be kept cool. Now the last topic of today's video is output unit. The output unit is normally a visual screen called monitor. In older days, monitors used to provide black and white output, while at present we are using color monitor. Here you can see the different types of monitors, and I hope you are enjoying the way I am teaching the things instead of simply reading out the